So you're thinking about doing ayahuasca, or maybe you've done it or heard something. So here's 5 things that they won't usually tell you about ayahuasca, but I think it's important that you know. I've done over 100 journeys, and a lot of friends say, like, you must be really messed up, you have to drink that much. But for me, it's every single time I go back to the medicine, there's more learning, more growth. And sometimes the most subtle things that I learn actually are the most profound. And I had to get rid of a lot of the big things first. So the first thing is not always magical. Sometimes it's nothing. Like, or worse, not everyone has visions. Some people don't have anything profound happen. Sometimes it's just confusion, boredom, physical discomfort. Sometimes just throwing up the whole night or crap in your pants, like literally. But they say the medicine always gives you what you need, not what you want. And silence sometimes is often the best lesson. And sometimes if you're just getting the purge, the physicality, it's like it's cleaning you from the inside out. And that's what I love about ayahuasca. The other thing is it can open Pandora's box. So if you're not ready, you don't have good support, you've never done anything like this, you haven't prepped well, you're not really ready to face what's inside, it can open that up and sometimes not close it. If you go to a place that doesn't have a good integration program or support, sometimes suppressed emotions, and you're not going to fully resolve in one ceremony. So going to do a weekend one in someone's basement, I don't recommend that. Sometimes 3, 4, or 5 ceremonies are important. So without the right facilitator, without the right support, without someone you can talk to, it can be very uncomfortable. I think it's always bringing things up to the surface that you need. The ceremony is only 10% of the work. 90% happens the days and weeks after, months before and after, prepping your body, prepping your mind, and really integrating and having someone to work with if you need that. Big thing that I realized, the medicine isn't the healer. You are. It's part of this magic in life. Like God, the creator, ayahuasca is part of that. It doesn't fix you, it shows you. It allows you to be more self-aware. That's what it's done for me and helped me to change my life, my relationships, my business. Sometimes people often mistake the visions or experiences for reality. They see something, it's like, oh, this is going to happen. So you have a metaphor to change the way you feel, to bring perspective. Maybe you see you're going to be the president. Maybe it just means you need to lead or show up more. So it's not literal what happens. A lot of times it takes contemplation. The other thing is that it can be an escape, addiction in disguise. Some people chase ceremony highs. After ceremony, looking for the next breakthrough, on to the next one, trying every single psychedelic. It can become another form of avoidance, really bypassing any real world responsibilities that you may have. Relationships, embodied healing. I need to go heal more. I need to go do this. I'm choosing the path of the medicine where you avoid everything else in your life and take off. But if you keep going to the jungle or running away and don't change your life, are you really healing? It's about taking something and bringing it back. So find that balance. And be careful who you sit with. Not every shaman or medicine carrier is ethical or safe. There's so many things happening in this industry where people are abusing people physically, mentally, emotionally, even sexually. It's attracted fake shamans, untrained facilitators, even predators. So you gotta be really careful and know where you're going is trusted and reputable. Some are poorly held, some mix unsafe substances, they lack support, or even are in dangerous environments where you can just get hurt or get lost in the jungle. So choosing the wrong container can actually do more harm than good. So do your research, trust your intuition, and take your time picking the right place. One of the most important things on psychedelic journeys is your nervous system feels safe, or else nothing might happen, or you're gonna be in this, you can make it even worse, especially if you're very dysregulated and on edge. Sometimes you're at that breaking point where you try anything. I've seen people transform there. But make sure you take into account all these things I mentioned before really taking that step, because ayahuasca is one of the most beautiful plant medicines. It's my medicine of choice. And I'm lucky enough that I get to go to Rhythmia 3 times a year. It's a beautiful center in Costa Rica. And there's a lot of good ones. There's also a lot of shady ones. Just like there's a lot of shady yoga instructors and even breathwork facilitators. It attracts that. As attention comes, that comes. So try to talk to the shaman or the person organizing. Speak to people who have been there. Really make sure you feel 100% about that. And it can be the most profound experience of your life. I'll add with this. The hardest part isn't drinking the cup. They say that sometimes the truth is bitter. Ayahuasca is bitter. But it's not even that. It's facing the person you meet when the visions fade, yourself, or meeting that person inside there. Sometimes you get a really good look at yourself, like, oh, wow, I'm not as perfect as I think I am. Actually, I can be an ass sometimes. Or, wow, now I see what this feels like. And it's taking that and bringing it back and making the changes in your real life. And that's where the magic happens, is these deep opportunities for self-reflection, growth, and insight, and bringing it back. And a lot of creativity and amazing things that can happen. So I don't want to scare you, but I want to warn you. Do your research, make sure you're doing it with the right people in the right place, and create huge, massive change in your life.